Today is March 25th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 steps and 12 traditions. Today at the Big Book, we are on Chapter 5, How It Works. We're actually going to finish that chapter today by reading page, I think it's the bottom of 71 and 72. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on Step 10. We will read page 94. And of course, we'll read the 24 hours a day and daily reflection. So with that, hope y'all are doing well this morning, my friends. Life is good over here. I actually slept in. I usually get up around 2:45-ish, maybe 3. But today, I slept in till 5:30. Party animal, right? But what an honor it is to just wake up again and wake up sober with a giant cup of coffee in hand and a smile on my face. So with that, let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. All right, my friends. So if you recall from yesterday's reading, I know they use sex as an example here, but pretty much fill in the blank of any seven deadly sin. If we can pray about that and put our effort into getting outside of ourselves and helping others, that really seems to help. Oh, I'm sorry. I might have told you the wrong page. We're on page 70 and we'll read 71. Bottom of page 70. If we have been thorough about our personal inventory, we have written down a lot. We have listed and analyzed our resentments. We've begun to comprehend their futility and their fatality. We have commenced to see their terrible destructiveness. We've begun to learn tolerance, patience, and goodwill toward all men, even our enemies, for we look on them as sick people. We have listed the people that we have hurt by our conduct and are willing to straighten out the past if we can. In this book, you read again and again that faith did for us what we could not do for ourselves. We hope that you are convinced now that God can remove whatever self-will has blocked you off from Him. If you've already made a decision and an inventory of your grosser handicaps, you have made a good beginning. That being so, you have swallowed and digested some big chunks of truth about yourself. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on Step 10. Continue to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. We will read page 94 today, the first 2 paragraphs, and tomorrow we'll finish the chapter. As we glance down the debit side of the day's ledger, we should carefully examine our motives in each thought or act that appears to be wrong. In most cases, our motives won't be hard to see and understand. When prideful, angry, jealous, anxious, or fearful, we acted accordingly, and that was that. Here, we need only recognize that we did act or think badly. Try to visualize how we might have done better, and resolve with God's help to carry these lessons over into tomorrow, making, of course, any amends still neglected. But in other instances, only closest scrutiny will reveal what our true motives were. There are cases where our ancient enemy, rationalization, has stepped in and justified conduct which was really wrong. The temptation here is to imagine that we had good motives and reasons when we really didn't. "24 hours a day, March 25th. AA thought for the day. Strength comes from coming to believe in a higher power that can help you. You can't define this higher power, but you can see how it helps other alcoholics. You hear them talk about it and you begin to get the idea yourself. You try praying in a quiet time each morning and you begin to feel stronger, as though your prayers were heard. So you gradually come to believe that there must be a power in the world outside yourself, which is stronger than you, and to which you could turn for help. Am I receiving strength from my faith in a higher power? Meditation for the day. Spiritual development is achieved by daily persistence in living the way that you believe God wants you to live. Like the wearing away of a stone by steady drops of water, so will your daily persistence wear away all the difficulties and gain spiritual success for you. Never falter in this daily, steady persistence. Go forward boldly and unafraid. God will help you and strengthen you as long as you're trying to do His will. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may persist day by day in gaining spiritual experience. I pray that I may make this a lifetime's work. Daily Reflection, March 25th. A full and thankful heart. I try to hold fast to the truth that a full and thankful heart cannot entertain great conceits. When brimming with gratitude, one's heartbeat must surely result in outgoing love, the finest emotion that we could ever know. As Bill sees it, page 37. I believe that we in Alcoholics Anonymous are fortunate in that we are constantly reminded of the need to be grateful and of how important gratitude is to our sobriety. I am truly grateful for the sobriety that God has given me through the AA program, and I'm glad that I can give back what was given to me freely. I am grateful not only for sobriety, but for the quality of life my sobriety has brought. God has been gracious enough to give me sober days and a life blessed with peace and contentment, as well as the ability to give and receive love, and the opportunity to serve others in our fellowship, my family, and my community. For all of this, I have a full and thankful heart. All right, my friends, so that concludes today's reading, and man, some great stuff. I love this daily reflection hits hard today because I think it's a beautiful picture of what sobriety really is. You know, I've said it a million times, but I thought that AA was just going to take care of my drinking problem. But when I started working the steps, it was like I got duped. I'm like, wait a minute, this is a Rob problem, not a drinking problem. It was working on the root causes of why I've done the things I've done. But the beautiful thing is, by doing the work, I'm able to apply these steps and this character building process to every area of my life, all the 7 deadly sins, right? That's still not all the fruit. The other fruit of my life is my marriage is better, parenting is better, because I'm trying to be a better father. Hopefully I'm a better professional. I'm a better friend. And I gained a family in the fellowship. And sometimes they can put something in a way that I've never heard before, and it hits home hard. Shoot, here's one. Self-hatred. I really battled self-hatred for so long, and a dear friend of mine described self-hatred in a way that I understood and hit me so hard. There's that different perspective. So with all these things, these are the fruits of sobriety, right? And then the best thing is, once we have these things, in order to keep them, we give them away. By helping others, which seems so ironic, right? But getting outside of ourselves and helping others, that in turn helps gain even more peace. That's like putting more money in the spiritual bank, right? Of happiness and peace and contentment, as it says here on the Daily Reflection. God has been gracious enough to give me sober days and a life blessed with peace and contentment. Oh, I love this. And the ability to give and receive love. So to give love, to be of service to others. And then here, to receive love. Hey, maybe I'm not a piece of crap. Hey, maybe I'm not terrible. Maybe I'm not a snake. Isn't that beautiful? And then the opportunity to serve others in our fellowship, my family, and my community. For all this, I have a full and thankful heart. And a full and thankful heart, well, I've always heard a full and thankful heart will not drink. At least today. And then I love the big book real quick. They were talking about how how it works ends with, and I never really thought of it this way, but it's proven to be true, is that it's more introspective at first. Yes, we get a layout of all the steps, but then right after that, we talk about making the decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. So we talk about step 3. Then we talk about our inventory in step 4. So we are doing work here and talking about our resentments and everything. We talk about the sick man's prayer. And then we conclude the chapter for the most part. And as it ends, it talks about how we've learned a lot about ourselves, right? Then all you do is you flip the page. The next chapter is into action. Like, okay, we've done a lot of work on ourselves, but we're not done yet. Now we got to start thinking about others. And that's where we have to be willing to share our inventory with another person. We're willing to give all these defects over to our higher power and then make amends. Become willing to make amends first to certain people and then make those amends. I mean, so it's interesting how it works, lays out the steps and talks about getting cleaned up inside a little bit. Means for me, it's like, okay, we're getting cleaned up inside a little bit more with our willingness, but also humbling ourselves by sharing this with another person and then eventually making amends. So it's more about getting outside of ourselves at that point. So there's still some work to do, but it's so worth it. But anyway, my friends, I hope you all have a great day today. If you are sober today, you are a miracle. And I'm sure that those who love you are very proud of you. And you have a unique superpower to help the next suffering alcoholic, and anybody else for that matter. What a gift it is to be sober today. And if you are not sober, I want you to know that you're a miracle as well, that you have value and worth, and your story's not done yet. When I hear stories like Chrissy's or Whitney's or Henry's or anybody else's, when I hear those stories, and especially the beginning of the madness and the insanity of it all, right? Their story wasn't done yet. There can be a happy ending. We can live a full and thankful life in sobriety. But it all begins with a baby step in the right direction to change it up. So I pray that you get the help that you need today. And there are people dying to help you. All you have to do is be willing to reach out. Surrender is not weakness. Surrender is giving in to true life. So with that, my friends, if we're given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.